Because when you are running a group, and the question would be, how is that different from running one organization in terms of what kind of a leader do you need to be? And then what kind of leadership support? I assume that you will also have leaders in each of those separate units, separate companies. So what kind of leadership support have you provided those leaders so that you can run the group effectively? And I think the flip side of it, what are the challenges? What are the biggest challenges that you see for yourself?
I think leadership now is all about collaboration and partnership. The idea of a leader knowing all of the answers and dictating from the top down what you have to do is completely dead. Does not function. I couldn't work for someone like that, nor could millions of other people around the world. I think smart leaders now are people who manage to communicate in a very authentic way and connect with their people and bring them on a journey so that collectively you can become bigger than yourself, any of the constituent parts. Because I do think that when you are a group, you bring many different skills and expertise to the table. In fact, I will give an example. I have written this book, which is called The Flexible Method, which looks at, in part, our experience through COVID and looks at many other crises and surviving other different kinds of crises. But one of the chapters in that book is Gather Your Generals. Now, COVID obviously was earth-shattering for all of us, very painful and very difficult. We were told in production back in March 2020 that nobody was going to produce anything for a year. And in my industry, if you don't produce, you have no income. You will have to let your people go, you cannot pay your bills, and basically shut down. But that was not an option. So actually, one of the first things I did is I listened very carefully to one of my colleagues here, who said to me, James, this is really tough for everybody, including you as the boss. I can't imagine what the stress is like. How about we create a COBRA team, which is what British government does in times of emergency. Create a COBRA emergency response team, if you like, with a small number of people to help navigate. So I thought about it carefully and I listened with an open mind. And then the next day I thought, yeah, you're right. And I made a decision to do this. So I brought together a team of 5 people, plus myself, from the range of disciplines within the organization: finance, operation, PR, HR, legal. And I asked my team to be honest with me, because people I invited into that team were, 1, very good at their job, and 2, are people who are not yes people. They don't just say yes to me because it's comfortable. In fact, they will say no to me sometimes and tell me things I do not want to hear, but need to hear. And so what happened is, as soon as I brought that COBRA team around me, 1, I felt supported. I was not my own anymore, as I was sitting in front of my computer at home like everybody, with everybody set, nobody in the offices. But I felt supported, and I had access to very smart thinking. And we talked about everything, and we came up with very detailed plans. We came up with COVID protocols to get back into production. And we were the first group out of the gate to create big drama series for the BBC, big entertainment show, The Masked Singer, for ITV, both in the UK. We were way ahead of the game, and we shared those COVID protocols around our industry. We said to people, this is what we're doing. What are you doing? What can we learn from you? And there was really excellent collaboration actually across the sector, all across the world, people sharing their learnings. So the message for me was, when you bring a core team of people together, you must listen to them. You must listen to them calmly and with an open mind. Be willing to hear stuff that you don't like. Then go away and think about it. Take time. You mustn't rush. Being a calm, purposeful leader, even in times of crisis, is essential. And then when you've slept on it, taken some more advice if necessary, then you start to choose the things that you're going to do. At which point, at the point of implementation, you have to bring a very different skill to the table. And that is fierce resolve. So fierce determination. Once you as a management team have made the decision, you must put it into action and see it through. No ifs, no buts, no dithering, no suddenly changing your mind. You must execute, because then you are on the path and you will make things happen. And it's not easy either, but if you do that, you will be successful. And the book contains 16 chapters which describe the process that we went through as a group and which others could go through. And I interviewed many other leaders in many different sectors who shared similar stories.